Good evening, Cumberland County, and welcome to the Watchdog Report, the Midnight Edition. I guess that, ever since I announced my retirement, not only some of the board members from the West Shore School District trying to get me to come back, apparently, so is the administrator, Todd Stoltz. So, let's get to what's happening. So, if the parents that go to the board meetings religiously will remember about October, no later than November of 2024. Brenda Cox brought forth a directive to Todd Stoltz. And due to the parents complaining about the difficulties of opting out your child from certain curriculums and conferences and meetings, the solution that they came up with was that in the beginning of the school year 2025, we were supposed to have an opt out button on the West Shore page, West Shore School District page, that will allow the parents to opt out their children from all surveys, certain curriculums they didn't want their children to attend, certain conferences or presentations like the one that we just had about sexting. Okay, so it would have given the parents the option to opt out. So what happened? Well, the school year started, no opt out button. Now, I remember making a call to one or two of the school board members and say, what happened to the opt out button? And the reply that I got was that Todd Stoltz was still working on it, that he didn't know how to make it happen. He didn't know how to make it work. Well, from somebody that calls himself a doctor, you would think that with somebody with a so called doctorate, that wouldn't be too difficult of a task to undertake, considering that he had all those months, okay, in order to get this done. So the opt out button never came to fruition. Because you see, the reason is, guys, that he does not want it. He doesn't want that opt out button because he is part of the problem, if not the main problem, with administration and some of the staff. Okay, they want to continue to indoctrinate your child whether you like it or not. You see, when they took the money that came with COVID, there was money that the school district got, the ESSER funds. There were requirements that came with those ESSER funds. And part of it was that the children had to take these classes and these courses and they had to implement it in order to keep the money. So it's like I've been saying all this time, it's about money. It's about them selling out your kids for money. So there were parents this week that spoke in the school board meeting. They were upset about this presentation that came from the Attorney General's office. And yes, we are contacting, we have already contacted the Attorney General's office because we want to see the presentation. We want copies of it because since they claim that they don't have it, okay, we the parents have the right to get it. So just know that we're already working on that, and we already let them know that as per the West Shore School District Administration, they don't have access to it and they don't have it, which of course is baloney. Anyway, getting back to the parents, they complained, as you saw in last week's meetings, and he asked to speak to some of the parents after the meeting. So the parents addressed their concerns, and they also addressed the concern about this opt out option that was supposed to be taking place. And he had the audacity to say that the parents who told them that were lying, that was never spoken about. Well, Tostos, I've said this before about you, and I'll say it again. I'm not going to use the term gaslighting anymore. I'm going to call you what you are. You're a liar. You're a liar. And if we need to pull those clips up to show that you were given a directive to get it done and fail to do so, like you fail on so many other things, including protecting our kids, then that's what we will do. But to make it clear to the parents, this was discussed and brought to his attention by Brenda Cox. Mrs. Brenda Cox did give him the directive to start that opt out button, in which obviously he still refuses to do so. So parents, again, they have gotten emboldened. Todd Stoltz have gotten emboldened because they flipped the board. Okay, fine, they flipped the board. But expect more of this gaslighting, more of this lying, okay? More of the parents' rights being violated, your constitutional rights being violated. More of them pushing their agendas down the throat of your children, whether you like it or not. So what is the resolution to all this? Well, the resolution to all this is pull your kids out of the public school system here in the West Shore School District. The resolution is put them in cyber school, put them in private school, homeschool if you can, because homeschool is wonderful if you can. But get them out of the West Shore School District. Because the next couple of years it's going to be chaotic. We're already seeing it. And here we have Todd Stoltz yet again, because this is not the first time, guys. It's not the first time that he has looked at parents in the face and have lied to the parents. And the funny thing is that, this one can easily be proven. It's called Go to the Video Archives of the West Shore School District. Look between October and November. You will find it there, okay? So for him to say that this was never on the table, this was never discussed, he's full of it. The truth of the matter is that we were supposed to have a universal opt-out button that he refused to follow through. Because one of his biggest issues or one of his biggest problems is insubordination. He's insubordinate to the school board members. He was very insubordinate to Kelly Brand, very disrespectful. Okay, and he's insubordinate to the parents who pay his salary. Yes, we are paying him $200,000 to look at you in the face and lie out of your tax dollars. So again, parents, I would suggest you start a movement to get this man removed from that seat. And if you just don't have the time to do it, that's great. I understand. Then pull your kids out of the West Shore School District. Because the next couple of years, I'm telling you right now, put on your seatbelt, get ready for the roller coaster ride, and get ready for more indoctrination, more disrespect, and more gaslighting. This is Mariana from The Boiling Point, signing out.
Trapped again, and fate as always has me wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again.